No watawa taku, no watawa taku, no watawa taku, no watawa taku, turahe. No need. Noah, awakusu. Hello, universe. Welcome to my home, to my universe, my world. At this moment, this point in my life. Why should you follow? What do you want to know? I'll introduce you to myself through my language. Bear with me. Before we start introductions, I'll make sure I do this in a good way. I talk about accountability and being in prayer and source, and that's who I am. I understand we are accountable for our actions, no matter what we say, what we do. Accountability, the source within you, how you know it, how you believe it in faith. But this is me. This is how I go about my day. No te estribo hatarawa. Irida sakta ahu, irida sakaku, irida saku dispu, irida pichi hiu. Tihunasa te estribo hatarawa. Awakusu. Tate sastaradawari. Pitoira kitka hakichawi askiri. Body. Tarawa. Tata jegs de uwaruks di sihuks. Girida situ. Diwaka. Irushka. Utu. Jigsawi. Noah. Jurede biru. Gachus. Uprekutsu. Spiritaka. Disaru. Sakuru. Pa. No, akatira. Tishu. Tata checks there. My birth name, Michelle, come from the Pawnee Nation. Massapottawatomie, Niaway. This has been a journey of my life. Our everyday walk of life, my lot of lessons learned, experienced, truths. It's been a beautiful life, and I feel good to be back and to be here today through everything that's going on in today's society and world. And I realize we are all connected because we're all experiencing this life, this reality together in some way or form, fashion, however you put it. We are all experiencing life together. We are united in understanding pain, pain, suffering. There's no easy road. I want to read some notes and letters to myself that I write. I do a lot of writing. Designer, artist, creative artist. Never really understood like what I did. I never had a name, a label for it. I just do what is natural, and which has been my passion, and never had a title for it. Never had a way of expressing and saying this is what I am. I never could do that. Yet it all kind of makes sense when I think about it. Indigenous people, we're creative people. We're very artistic with our hands, skilled. And yet, when I think about that, it's everyone. Everyone has a skill. Everyone has an ability to to create something. Your passion, your drive, and I think that's more of encouragement. That's on my heart and how I want to say is I truly encourage you to follow your passion, follow your intuition, follow what feels good, what is good for you. So we all have these choices. Choose to do what makes you feel good. So, having said that, um, I had started writing this. I get these moments, these thoughts and reflections. And that's a lot of what this is reflecting on what lessons I've experienced in life and how to apply them, and reminders to myself how far I've come, how far I've come, how far we have all come. And before I begin with that, I just want to say one of these things, which is be mindful. And I have to remind myself and even my own family. Behind me here, I have gotcha medicine, our holy instruments, as you would put it, or sacred items. And when I talk, when I go about, we're always in prayer. We're always being watched by Creator, Source. No matter how you put it, in life, life is a ceremony. It's everyday walk of life. I I think of it that way. Having been through quite a bit on this road, my life, that I acknowledge now and understand. Be careful. Careful how we are, what we say, how we talk. And I try to teach that, to the best of my abilities. And the only way to teach that is to live by example. You talk about some sacrifices, choices. And that was my choice, my journey. So a lot of thought, a lot of prayer, a lot of sacrifices to get to this point where I am. And before I did this, before I decided to accept what I'm doing here today, which is in a good way, it's the only way I want it to be, that I just want to share my journey, my experience, as I really got to reconnect with my lineage, my ancestral bloodlines. And this journey through my life, I really want to share this because you can't really just write something down or read about it, or unless you experience it, then it's a whole another feeling. It's like watching a movie. I'm more of I empathize with people. When I hear their stories and when I hear their, whatever it is they're saying, I envision it. I empathize with their emotion and their feeling, how it makes them feel, and understand, putting myself in their shoes, so to speak, And it's difficult because in my youth, I was always trying to fix problems. For whatever reason, I tried to fix problems all the time. I never understood that. Yet, truly, I never fix anyone's problems. I can only encourage them, share your experiences, and hope that it'll help someone somewhere down the road. And not sharing knowledge. So here is some things that I wrote. It says, it takes a lot of courage to speak truth in such a public forum. However, I believe it is time, and so it has begun. Not all will agree with me, yet this isn't about people pleasing. Instead, this is truth of my reality experience. I am not doing this for sympathy or likes, nor do I claim to know everything, as I speak from my own witness testimony, straight from the source. This is a testimony of the power of prayer and a ceremony as we as people, should never have been silenced. So I am ready to break the chains and allow you to follow along as I clean out my closet, so to speak, facing the shadows that I have already made peace with because of faith in the divine creation, which is my way of life. not a trend. Wow. And I guess explaining why I was saying not a trend is because I think what is beautiful today going on is our way of life as people, Indigenous Native people. It's beautiful. And we live this every day. This isn't what's trending, so to speak, because we've existed right beside you, living amongst you. And two, we're trying at times in life to remind ourselves of who we are, to be proud, honored to carry the torch, to continue living this legacy, honoring our ancestors, honoring everything, all of the spirits, all of the beauty that this universe, this world, this earth, Mother Earth, stars, the water, the elements. It's a way of life, and it's been done for generations. And it's beautiful to see all of our Indigenous people using their voices, your creative art, your humor. I too myself have been observing, watching. And there's a lot of encouragement, and even to see our youth. I'm just in awe and inspired of this movement, this illuminating movement that's happening amongst our people. We're kind people, loving, forgiving people, humble when you think about it, and hurt, and a lot of Indigenous people, our elders, carry that, the scars. What is only stories to you was lived, experienced, truth. Our bloodlines experienced. That goes more into this, it's like so you may see yourself either going in the same direction or coming out of a situation. Take what resonates. Hopefully this can be helpful in understanding and overcoming adversities, life lessons through oral history. Also, reminders to myself before I react, as this is precisely what everyone wants, is either a reaction in some form or fashion, which is true. It's true. People want a reaction. There's a lot going on in the world, you know? Different people wanting to be right about this and that, you know. First people, First Nations, you know, a lot of that's going on. And how I've learned it is we are all one people, one source, one love, one heart, one mind. You imagine to be able to unify together as one. You imagine this world if we could all just work as a community, as a family, as people, as relatives. You think about it, it's almost like our ancestors know what they were doing back when, huh? Yes, they did. Community, working together, living off the land, putting in the work, reaping your rewards. Reap what you sow. We only want to reap abundance in life. What does it mean to be abundant in life? Is it about money? Or is it about living healthily? Living life. Sorry, these are my thoughts. This is just how I am. As I've been reflecting, as I as I reflect on everything that I've been through, it's like reminders what I went through and applying it, different things. So be kind to everyone, as you truly never know the truth or weight on someone else's shoulders until you carried it. Know you are strong, worthy, and loved. A glimpse in how we as Native, Indigenous, sovereign people live in multiple worlds, all in one source, born into bloodlines that were being wiped out by the masses, genocide, for walking in their everyday normal life as caretakers of the land. They too had their own struggles. I commend everyone on their healing journey, breaking free from addictions in any form, for being a cycle breaker, healing from generational trauma. We don't talk about it enough openly. We may only touch a few layers below the surface, but never directly the source. This is just the beginning within. Believe it or not, there are actually people who are like-minded and wanting to spread awareness so it doesn't get erased from history. Uh, After this past weekend, I really feel moved to use my own voice and experience. As a disclaimer, this is personal. I've never been one to talk openly unless it was serious enough that it could ultimately affect another generation by being quiet. I encourage others to use their voice, speak your truth, stand up for what you believe in. Don't fear being discredited because of your past. We tend to do that to one another, as it may seem easier to bully someone rather than uplift. All I can hear is it don't cost a dime to smile. I'll admit I've been right in the mix and to blame, and for that I sincerely apologize and accept accountability. By no means am I perfect. I am empathetic by nature, listening to everyone's story, being a shoulder for people throughout my lifetime. Grew up too fast, I feel. Growing through life like a mad dash to the finish line. To where and for what? What's the hurry, as my folks would say? Slow down. Wow, this is pretty emotional. These are uh, these are my writings. The self, I'm reflecting. I keep mentioning that because this has been a journey within myself, really asking those questions. When you hit that lose it all, rock bottom, and you're pulling yourself back up to the top, and you're ready. This is it. This is that moment. This is now. This is my reality happening, which is our new reality. Wow. Over time, I forgot to be in the here and now. Just be thankful for today, such as the many blessings of a morning sunrise. This is reflection of speaking in honor of lineage, creation, life. My mother, who's amongst our stars, always with me. Oh, my ancestors, I think of them that way. Know that. All around us, at all times, always walking beside us. Universe, we're all connected. Such as the last one I watched. My mother, before she traveled to be amongst our relatives, amidst the stars. A simple smile from our daughters. Being encouraged and able to dance again. as there was a time when I was bedridden for a year. Bedridden. More, wow. And I think about that. I come out of a time in my life. I was in a car accident, medicated, a lot of pain and suffering that I didn't know how to deal with. And I went to the doctors, and you do therapy, take medications, and when you become for so long on medications, it does damage internally. Some way, some form, and my body began to deteriorate, but so did my mind. Weakened, weakened state. And that was a journey. I'm thankful to be here. Very thankful.